Hi, Paul with Diode Dynamics, looking at a unique modification for the 2015 and up Subaru WRX and STI. Now from the factory you have a nice LED taillight which also lights up as the brake lights. This is a great modern appearance, but right next to it you have an older style incandescent turn signal bulb. With this mod, we're going to convert the taillight to also function as a turn signal to get that nice modern look. As an added bonus, we can also convert the old turn signal spot to an extra backup light or anything else you'd like. Let's get started. So now we're looking in the trunk area, and first we're going to take a look at the module. So this is how it'll come. Go ahead and take it out of the bag, and you'll pull out first of all two of the modules. You get one pair, one for either side. As you can see, they have OEM connectors. This is going to be completely plug and play. You also have two of these red T-tap connectors, which we're going to install if you'd like for that optional extra function in the old turn signal. This part's completely optional, so we're just going to install the modules first. So to install the module, we just have to access the back of the taillight. So we're going to remove the locking screw right here on either side. Take that out, and then you can just pull the trunk liner backwards. You don't even have to take the taillight out. All we have to do is access this connector. Just unplug it from the back of the taillight, and then grab one of your modules, and you'll see that the connectors are the same. So just plug in the module to one side, and then plug in the other side back into the taillight. Now if you don't want to convert your old turn signal into a new bulb, you can just finish right there. So just put the trunk liner back in place, and then put your locking screw back in. Now we've completed the installation for both sides, and as you can see, the turn signals are working through the taillights for that nice modern appearance. Now let's say you have your running lights on and hit the brakes, but then also hit your turn signal. As you can see, one side flashes while the other side stays solid to indicate that brake lights. This is exactly the same as OEM functions in Chrysler and Dodge vehicles. It's a really nice modern look. The only other thing we had to do is replace the flasher, which controls the turn signal speed, with an LED compatible one. This is because we've eliminated the factory bulbs that draw all that power, and the taillights use less, so the vehicle thinks the bulbs are out. This is easy to swap out. It's just right under the dash. It's the thing that makes the clicking noise. Now if you want to, you can just stop there. But we have an empty spot where we can put in another bulb for backup, turn signal, brake light, whatever you'd like. Let's check that out. Now if you do want to add another function to the old turn signal socket, you're going to need those red connectors that came with the kit, a pair of pliers, and we'll also need to use LED bulbs. So let's take a look at the module, and you'll see that there's an input side which plugs into the harness and an output side which plugs into the taillight. The module is of course right here. You've also probably noticed this extra connector, and this is going to the old turn signal socket. So if we want the old turn signal to be a backup light, we just have to connect this to the backup light power. We're going to use the connectors for that. One important thing though is we need LEDs because we don't want to overdraw on these factory circuits. LEDs use very little power, so it's very safe. But traditional bulbs use a lot of power, and the vehicle isn't designed to deliver that much power to two bulbs where it only used to have one. So if we want to tap into the backup light and make this extra bulb another backup light, we're just going to connect one of these red connectors to the green wire here. So just put that green wire into the metal groove, fold it over, and use your pliers to crimp it down. Make sure that connection is secure, and then just plug in this connector. Now we've done it this way so you can actually customize that. If you'd like it to be a running light instead, you can use the yellow wire on the input. If you'd like it to be a turn signal, just connect it to the red wire again. If you'd like it to be just a brake light, connect it to the black wire. There's a lot of other options you can choose, and they're all detailed in the instructions that come with the kit. But basically, you're just going to crimp into one of the wires in the module. Again, we don't touch the factory wiring at all. And then plug that turn signal input wire to grab power from wherever you want. Let's install this. So now we've clipped the module back in just like we did before, and the only difference is we've got this connection right here to that green backup light wire that's going to feed into the turn signal. So we just have to change out the bulb. They're all accessible right from here. You don't have to remove the taillight or anything. Just turn the connector counterclockwise, pull it back, And there's our factory bulb. We'll just unplug that from the socket and plug the LED in. Now if it doesn't work, you might have to rotate the LED bulb 180 degrees. But then you can just plug it right back into the socket, line it up, turn it clockwise to lock in place. So now we have an extra backup light on the passenger side. We use the Diode Dynamics XP80 bulb, which is double brightness of that stock turn signal, and we also changed out the factory 921 size bulb for a Diode Dynamics HP36, also an increase in brightness. You can see how drastic the improvement is between the new dual backup lights and just the single factory backup light here. We're just going to repeat for this side and we'll be done. Again, if you have any questions about the installation, don't hesitate to contact us. All these products are designed in St. Louis, Missouri with only the highest quality components, so they're going to last you a lifetime. You can find it online at diodedynamics.com or use our dealer locator tool to find it at a dealer near you. Thanks for watching.